organization or an institution like the Select Committee is a place that draws together some serious expertise on China in a way that can't really be found on elsewhere on Capitol Hill.
There's a lot of technical details behind many of the issues that the committee and Congress in general has to deal with, and it's important to connect the technical aspects with the impacts on businesses. And the committee's done an extraordinary job in bringing together these different topic areas and understanding what steps Congress can take to make sure America is more secure.
The committee very adroitly took a challenging issue like the threat that emanates from the Chinese Communist Party in the military, economic, and cultural realms, and worked in great detail across the congressional committees, respecting the jurisdiction of the other committees, while at the same time producing a coherent description of the threat China presented to the United States.
Not only the education process, the information process, the awareness, but also from policy development, legislation.
Looking at the problems, but also marrying those problems with solutions.
A lot of it because of the leadership of the CCP Select Committee. Rip and replace was just added to the NDAA, full funding for rip and replace. That means that there's going to be no infrastructure that is embedded with Chinese-made products. And now we can rip that out and replace it with better equipment to make sure that if you're a family in Montana, if you're an education facility, a school in North Dakota or in Colorado, you have as secure connectivity as anywhere else around the country.
The committee has been able to advance new frameworks and new approaches to competing with China that break the mold of the efforts that haven't worked over the past few years or longer. And one example is that the committee has socialized the idea of revoking China's permanent normal trade relations status. That's something that was absolutely unheard of as a mainstream way of thinking before that came out in Select Committee recommendations. And that's the kind of thing that actually would create a paradigm shift.
We can use the CCP Select Committee not just defending against China, but also to allow our innovators and our entrepreneurs and our American ideas to win the day. And I think that's a huge part of the conversation.
And to address these foundational topics, which will help us not only understand what isn't working correctly in the US-China relationship today, but also shape our understanding of what do we want out of the relationship? What are our national objectives that make us a more prosperous and a more secure country?
Here in Congress, this is a place where Republicans and Democrats have to sit, have to talk to each other. And as a result, this is one of those institutions that provides the bipartisan ballast for the American government to look at this challenge.